question 3D, it says find the maximum volume of this open box. It's got with base and sides but no lid. Can be made by the following piece of rectangular cardboard measuring 20 by 30 by removing the corner squares, in other words moving these bits here, and folding along the dotted lines. Justify that this has a maximum volume. And of course, well, volume is equal to length times width times height. Oops. So let's go ahead and say, well, what's the length? Well, I'm going to say length is equal to, well, I'm going to call each of these little bits here x, x and x and x and x, 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 and x. So this is x long, this is x long, x long, x long. Each of these is a length of x. So the length is going to be 30 minus those two x's. So it's going to be 30 minus 2x. Whereas the width is equal to 20 minus, again, 2x. And the height is just going to be equal, well, it's just going to be one of those flaps, going to be equal to x. So the volume is equal to x times the length, which is 30 minus 2x, times 20 minus 2x. And that's what we've got. So if I'm going to multiply all that out, I'm going to equal x times 30 times 20 is going to be 600. And we've got, what have we got? 2x. 2x times 2x is plus 4x squared. We've got a 2 times 20x, which was minus 40x, and a 2x times 30. So we've done that one. 2x times 30 is going to be minus 60x. And that looks pretty good. So expanding all of that out, that's equal to, I'll leave the x there for a second. This is going to be 4x squared minus 100x plus 600. And I'm just going to multiply everything by x now, which is going to equal 4 times that's going to be 4x cubed minus 100 times that is going to be 100x squared plus this is going to be 600x. All that looks pretty good. Now, of course, we want to find that is the volume, right? That's the volume. That's it. But we want to find the maximum volume, so we're going to differentiate volume with respect to x. And that's going to be 12x squared minus 200x plus 600. All right, well, I'd probably divide all of that by 4 is equal to, I'll make this equal to 0, and I'll divide everything by 4, so that's going to be 3x squared. I just the simplest way it can be, minus 50x divided by 4 is 150. Which doesn't actually factorize particularly easily. So I'm going to pop all that into the quadratic formula. So I'm going to say x is equal to negative, I'm going to be b, negative 50 plus or minus square root of negative 50 all squared minus 4 times a, which is 3, times c, which is 150, all over 2a, which is 2 times 3. Okay. So let's imagine we've done all that. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. That would just be very, very time consuming. Let's not do that. Let's just do it on the calculator. Here we go. I'm just going to go pull up the solver here. So I'm going to have 3 negative 50, 150. 3 negative 50 and 150. There we go. And solve it, and we end up with either I'll put x is equal to, and we've got 3.9237, 3.9, 237, 237 dot, or x is equal to 12.7429. 12.7429 dot. So they're my two values. Now, of course, we have two. So we want to basically confirm that one of them is a maximum and one of them's not. So let's go ahead and say, well, let's take the second derivative. So we've got the first derivative is this thing here. Test for max. I'll go, d squared v over dx squared is equal to, it's going to be 6x minus 50. There it is. Okay, so let's put in each of these in turn. So let's try 3.9 first. Is equal to, and I'll put test 3.9237 is equal to 6 times 3.9237 minus 50 equals. So let's just try that one first. So I'll go exit, and I'll just go on the calculator here, exit menu, and 1, here we go. So I got 6 times 3 point, you can't really see that, sorry. It's going to be 3 point, I'll type it in first and I'll show you what I've typed, yeah? Minus 50, here we go. There it is, 6 times 3.9237 minus 50 is negative 26, is negative 26.45, is it 54? 4578 ... And then we'll go test 12.7429 ... is equal to, it's going to be 6 times 12.7429 minus 50 equals, let's try that one there. In fact, I'll just type it out again and I'll just show you what I've typed. So it's going to be 6 times 12.749 minus 50 is equal to, there it is, and that equals 26.49, equals 26.449, blah, blah, blah. Now, so therefore we have to say, therefore, this one here, because it's negative, but therefore, d squared v on dx squared is less than 0, therefore a maximum. Therefore, put d squared v on dx squared is greater than 0, therefore a minimum. Yeah. Now, because we found the maximum, which was 3.9237, let's now find the maximum volume. So let's put here, therefore max volume is equal to, and we can just go ahead and put that actually in, because we know what the volume is. It's going to be this thing here, which is going to be 12 times x squared minus 200x plus 600. And this time we're going to enter the x in there as 3.9237, and I'll just write that in actually, 3.9237. I'll just put that in memory, and then I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Now I'm just going to, in fact, yeah, I'll do it like this so you can actually see me do it. So it's going to be 12 times the answer, which we had before, but it's going to be the answer squared, minus 200 times the answer, plus 600. And that comes to, that's wrong. That's wrong. What have we done? Oh no, that's the differential, you muppet. No, we're using, oh, it's 4 times cubed. Oh, what am I doing? I use this. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so I just took the first thing I saw, thought, let's substitute it into that. Bad idea. So the volume is not this thing here, it's this thing here. So it's going to be 4x cubed, not squared, minus 100x squared plus, sorry, you can't see that, plus 600x. That's the volume. So now we're going to substitute in, I'll put here sub x is equal to 3.9237. Okay, equals, and I'll just do it all in one go. Here we go. I'll just do it straight into here, and you can see as I do it. So it's going to be 4 times, so it was 3.9237. There it is, and it's going to be squared. No, it's the power of 3. Power of 3 minus 100 times 3.9237, this time squared, close bracket, plus 600 times 3.9237. And we get 1056.305 is equal to 1056 point, what did it say? 305, 895. But we want, let's just do equals 1056 point, I'll go 31, and let's call it cubic centimeters. And there is my answer. So sorry about the mess there, but hopefully that kind of makes sense.